Becoming a partner in one of the Big Four accounting firms is a very common ambition for accounting students and for people working in those firms. It's a very attractive proposition for several reasons, including the status of being a leader in one of the most prominent brands in the corporate world, being regarded as at the top of your profession, and also the financial rewards that come with the position. I've worked with a variety of different partners over 5 years in my Big Four firm, and in this video I'm going to go over that one key skill which all equity partners share. Without this ability, you're highly unlikely to be admitted into partnership at a Big Four firm. It's something that's not really spoken about during the graduate recruitment process, but once you join the firm, you realize how important the skill is and how much it's emphasized. Towards the end of the video, I'll share what partners have told me to do to build up the skill even at a junior level. If you are going to join one of these Big Four firms, I definitely recommend developing this ability as early as possible because you're going to reap the rewards in the future. These financial rewards are a focus for many individuals looking to make partner at a Big Four firm. For those that aren't quite familiar with the partnership model, the partners at the Big Four firms own these firms, so they aren't salaried employees like most of the individuals working in these firms, but you can think of them as shareholders who also happen to work at the firm. Equity partners are partners that have to buy into the firm. They don't have actual salaries, but they draw down from the profit that the firm makes. As I said before, they're the shareholders in the firm, so they'll be taking on all the risk. If the firm doesn't do as well financially, their earnings are going to be negatively impacted. So what are the financial rewards exactly? Each year the Big Four firms produce accounts in which they publish their distributable profits per partner. I'll put up on the screen what the average equity partner makes at all the Big Four firms, and you can see that all of them are well into six figures. You've got to take into account that this is just an average and that senior partners at the Big Four can make well into seven figures. When you first get into the partnership, I've heard anecdotally that you can expect to earn between £200,000 and £300,000. Most would agree that this is a great amount to earn every year, and when you get to that level, you don't need to settle for meal deals at lunchtime anymore. Another reason why people want to be partners at the Big Four is their sheer capability. The firms have some of the most skilled individuals working in the finance sector, and to have that skill set in the firm you own puts you in a very good position to succeed. Aside from the skill set of the employees, you also have a very strong brand that you take to market. This reminds me about what the partner in my team keeps on telling us when we debate about whether we can get a meeting with the CEO that we've never met before. He always says that we shouldn't forget that we represent one of the most recognized brands in the finance sector, so when we do reach out to the CEO for a meeting, we're more than likely to get a yes just based on the brand power. C-suite executives will normally take the meeting with us without us having to really justify it to them. In comparison, if we worked for a smaller boutique investment bank, we might struggle to get that meeting with the CEO. Also, the wider network in our firms can help us to get introductions to the C-suite executives, so the partners can leverage each other's networks to further their own team scores. So what is that key skill that you need to become a partner at the Big Four? That skill is the ability to win new work and recurring engagements with clients. Naturally, partners need and have many required skills to be successful, but this is the most important skill according to me. The reason for this is because you can't survive as a partner for too long without increasing the overall income for the firm. This goes back to the partnership model. If as a partner you can't increase your firm's income, the other partners are going to lose out in terms of earnings, which is clearly not ideal. Partners are assessed heavily on their ability to meet targets, so this skill is critical. The most popular way to win assignments is through building strong relationships with new and existing clients. Naturally, you'll be right in thinking that networking plays an important part of this. There are many different ways to think about networking, but according to me, there are two distinct stages. The first stage, which is introducing yourself and your capabilities, and the second stage, which is maintaining the relationship. There are a couple of common ways that directors, so the individuals that want to get to partner, and partners themselves find new potential clients. The first way is to attend the various networking events that they get invited to on a regular basis. At those events, they get to interact with senior executives at different firms that might be in their local geography or in their industry focus. At these events, they get the opportunity to meet with new potential clients, and they need to have the ability to make a good first impression because that allows them to get further interactions with these clients. Once they make first contact with these senior executives, they'll try and follow up with a lunch or a coffee where they'll discuss their business and also how the partner can help them as well. In some cases, it might not even be as direct as that, and the partner will just arrange a meeting to discuss what their thoughts are on the market and what the current trends are. At the Big Four, for people that weren't aware, partners focus on particular industries or certain geographies based on their location. So the way this works is that partners of the regional offices, so those outside London, will target companies in their local area. So for example, partners in the Manchester office will target companies in and around Manchester, no matter what sector they work in. In London, partners focus on companies in particular sectors, for example, pharmaceuticals, energy, etc. The other common way that partners introduce themselves to potential new clients is through utilizing the network that the other partners have. A common example is where a partner is going out for a meeting to catch up with a particular individual in the company, and a partner that wants an introduction just joins along for the meeting. This is a very effective method at the Big Four firms because inevitably the partners know a lot of the senior executives at large companies, so they can use each other's networks to meet potential clients. So this is where you as a partner start to build rapport with the client. So you start to build trust with the client, so they become confident that if they were to hire you to provide services, you will deliver them to the high standard required. Building rapport with the client is probably the main objective at this stage. As a partner, you want them to feel as if they can have a good working relationship with you if they were to hire you on an engagement. So your personality is crucial, and you want to show this off during formal and informal meetings. So this is when you wine and dine your clients, you take them to your favorite sporting events, and you might even play a round of golf with them. So that was one aspect of winning new work for your firm, having a black book of contacts and having great relationships with those in it. Accompanying this, you also need to be seen as being skilled in the service that you provide. It's important to state that just because your potential client considers you as a golf buddy, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to provide you with work, because the fee amounts associated with most Big Four projects are just far too high for that to happen. Naturally, to get to the partner level, you've proven your skills time and time again, and clients are completely aware of what the standards are to get to partner. Saying that, you've also got highly skilled partners at competing firms, and so you need to stand out in comparison to them. One way to do this is to emphasize the projects that you've successfully led and completed for other clients. Showing this experiential work does build credibility, which is incredibly important. To be honest, it's incredibly challenging to stand out at that partner level, because you need to be a highly capable individual just to get to that position at any accountancy firm or consultancy firm. Because of this, the previous skill that I mentioned about building good relationships with clients takes on even greater importance. Potential clients are going to find it difficult to differentiate between partners based on skill level, and they'd prefer to work with someone that they can get along with, so having that relationship and that rapport with them is really important. Aside from maintaining relationships with clients, partners also need to maintain effective working relationships with the other partners in the same firm. As I mentioned before, one way to reach out to new potential clients is by leveraging the existing relationships that the other partners have. So having those good relationships with other partners makes it more likely that they're going to invite you to meetings and introduce you to potential clients. Building these relationships with partners begins well before you reach that level. Even as you're coming up through the ranks and going for promotions at junior levels, you'll need a partner to endorse you and to recommend you for that promotion. So it's important that you establish these relationships from the start of your career. This ability to win work is a focus for partners in all of the core service lines. So that's audit, tax, consulting, and transactions. Historically, the audit partner didn't really emphasize this skill because their audit clients kept on giving them the engagement year in, year out, and so they didn't really have to tender for any work. In the UK, there are now rules which state that the auditors for publicly listed companies need to be rotated after a certain amount of years. This has meant that the audit partners now have to focus on this ability more than ever so that they can win more regular work. Partners in consulting and transactions have always had to use this ability because their engagements are usually shorter in length compared to audit, so they've always got to be out there in the market trying to win the next engagement. The partners' focus on winning work is common knowledge in all firms, and at a junior level, you're encouraged to start developing the behaviors which will help you to achieve that goal when you reach a partner level yourself. The partner in my own team has always stressed the importance of building my network from the very start of my career. So this doesn't only mean focusing on building relationships with senior executives. You're much more likely to build natural relationships with peers at other firms, so people at the same stage of their careers. For me, for example, it'd be analysts at private equity firms. These analysts will go on to become the senior figures at the private equity firm. Building these relationships will pay off in the long run, as these are the people that will make the decisions on who to hire as advisors on transactions. As I said before, these relationships could make the difference between being hired as an advisor or not, because there's not much to separate between the Big Four when it comes to quality in general. Another important benefit that I get through these conversations is that I can start to build market knowledge and share market information through these conversations with PE analysts. You aren't judged on your ability to win work at junior levels, and there's no expectation of it. But if you do facilitate it though, for example through introducing a contact of yours to a partner, and then they go on to give that partner an engagement, you do put yourself in a very good position to gain promotions because you stand out in front of your peers. You're judged on your ability to win new work at senior levels, especially at director level, where you're being evaluated on whether you can be a partner one day or not. I hope you found this video interesting, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. If you want to learn more about the most common moves that you can make as an auditor to move into corporate finance at the Big Four, click on the video on your screen right now.